do a small presentation on based on a story from 11th Canto Bhagavatam. A story of Pingala, prostitute. So this is I'll dive straight into the story. This is like a movie, right? So there's this lady, attractive young woman, and some reason she got into this lifestyle where she earned livelihood by entertaining other men, and she was she was very attractive, and she was not only like any other woman in this field, but she was also hoping to have, I mean, she has, she was full of desire to enjoy, the association of different men, and enjoy the association and fulfill her desires, and she was keenly looking for a lover, somebody who can satisfy her and give her gifts, and give her money, more and more money, right? And she thought she can keep going like that. And she kept going. And this particular story comes in a setting where the story is where actually she, see dramatic changes in her life. So one fine day, a beautiful evening, a moonlit, beautiful evening. If you can imagine one of those very old, traditional streets where people are walking up and down. There are a lot of vendors selling this and that, and and the nice fragrance of puja. People are doing puja in the evening, and maybe cooking, and all these fragrances are coming out. And but this lady Pingala, she's dressed up nicely, beautifully dressed, very in a very attractive way, and she was ready to kind of become an object of attention to men who are of interest, right? So just like I'm not comparing, but in today's world, in the world of fashion, people get out there, dressed out, looking for their, looking for a date, or looking for somebody to connect with. But those are like in a good level. But this is more of a, still, even that is also not something of our, kind. But still, she was more into, purposefully seducing men, so that she can spend her time and make some money out of that, and keep going, and also fulfill her desires. So she kind of waited there, looking at the men passing by. Men are going this way, that way, and she's kind of contemplating. Oh, okay, this man. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, I think he is the right person, and maybe he's rich. Maybe he can, give me a lot of gifts, and maybe he's he looks very attractive, and kind of talking, thinking, and talking to herself, and then the man approaches her, and then and he kind of looks at her and then passes by, and she said, "Oh, well, he looks like he's rich, but maybe he's not." Um, Sometimes looks can be deceiving, right? And then he goes by, and she's like, "All right, fine, maybe I'll wait." And then she keeps waiting, and then another man comes by, and he said, "Oh, look, he's kind of I think he used to be here before, and I think I've met him, uh, and maybe I'll settle with him tonight, and maybe I'll spend some time with him." So these kind of uh, thoughts were going through her as she was looking at different men passing by. Some reason that particular night she was not able to, settle down, and she was not able to find somebody who can kind of, make her happy, right? So this kept going. This dramatic moments kept going. Time is getting late, further late, and people were like closing their doors and trying to go to sleep. Vendors were closing their their shops, and the noises were coming down slowly down. You could see dogs barking here and there, peacocks crying, and probably they're going back to their place to sleep or settle down. Noises were like slowly coming down, and where Pingala is kind of left, kind of frustrated, in a lot of anxiety. And I don't know, for that particular night, she was, I don't know, she really wanted some money, or she really wanted to spend some time with somebody, and it was not happening. So time went by. It was getting late. She went back to her house. I mean, she was outside her house. She went inside, and then she spent some time there, and she was kind of falling asleep as well. And then she suddenly realized, no, I think I have to, maybe there's somebody out there looking for me. She kind of runs outside the house, in the veranda, and then she kind of looked, frantically looking both sides. Is there anyone? Is there anyone kind of looking for me? And she finds nobody. She goes back again and comes back, just like that. She keeps coming back, and some reason she could not find anyone who could, worthy of somebody who can really satisfy her. So, and then eventually she kind of, get frustrated, totally frustrated, and it kind of comes to this idea, that understanding that maybe nobody's going to come today. Why am I so? Why am I looking for? I mean, she started thinking. When people get frustrated, they start thinking, why ask all these questions to themselves, right? Why am I doing this? Why I have been doing all these things? All this life. I mean, what is the purpose of life? And all these kind of questions comes to them. Only those who are, I think, only those who are really fortunate gets to think in those lines, right? So she was happy at some point and expecting something good will happen to her, and then she kind of keep expecting something good will happen to her, and then she get frustrated, and then she eventually totally totally shaken up, totally, I would say bewildered, totally, I don't know if that's the right word, totally, in a shock that, this never happens to me. Now, we all have this Pingala moment, right? And I'm not saying about this particular field, but in many other ways, right? We all have this Pingala moment. We expect something to happen in our life. We strongly desire for it. And we keep kind of contemplating on it. We talk about it. Sometimes we make plans about it. And eventually, that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen the way we thought, way we planned, maybe desired, and we get disappointed, right? So she was at that moment, even though this never happened to her. Always she has somebody, and she never got this much disappointed. Even nobody came that way. There were days when she didn't have anyone, right? No customers. But why? What is the significance of that particular day? So probably that was the day chosen for her, right? Maybe it was a plan of Krishna, right? So she kind of disappointed. Even see, look at her. I mean, in this picture, she kind of speaks all that, right? She was dressed up nicely, for a purpose, and now she's not able to fulfill that purpose, right? So then she kind of started asking all these questions, and slowly, kind of developing some kind of detachment to what she was thinking and what she was doing, right? Now, usually, detachment or this kind of thought process comes and kills all those, fun, the enjoyment or the amusement, or I would say the fun part of all these material plans we had, right? Like like her, she had all these plans. I mean, it's not just one day. I mean, she had this moments many times, but she never was this much disappointed. And now it recurred to her, started to get to her, hit her, and she started thinking, why I should do all these things? Why I am after all these worthless men? See, all these men are not really, they really want me, or they want to be with me, or satisfy me. But even then, how long can these men do it? And these men also kind of, why are they coming to me? Because they're also kind of, again, I'm thinking that they're also kind of having their own Pingala moments, right? Because they're also thinking that I can go to this woman and find some satisfaction. I can find this woman and find some satisfaction, right? And maybe I'm happy for tonight. Maybe that happiness will carry on. But we know that happiness that comes through sense objects often get us into miseries, right? So Pingala was fortunate, unfortunate being in that position, but fortunate that she was able to think through and all these thoughts. She was able to connect and to the right plane, right? Now, sometimes people get these thoughts and then they will pacify themselves. No, it's fine. What's a big deal? This happens to anybody. It can happen to him. It can happen to her. So it's one of those days, right? Why do I care? Why do I bother too much? It's one of those days, and she could have carried on. right? Instead, she kind of connected those thoughts, and we should also be fortunate to have those kind of thoughts and be and find the right meaning in those thoughts. And she said, no, I don't think I should continue this. I don't think this is something for me. I don't know, all this life I was kind of doing all this kind of stuff, which is abominable stuff, and it's not really for me. I think it's just like you must have heard that story of a deer, the special deer. It spreads some kind of aroma, and it goes around the forest looking for that kind of scent. Where is this the source of the scent? Where is this scent coming from? Beautiful scent, and the deer keeps looking for that, but actually it is coming from the deer's own body. So she knows in her heart Krishna is there. Krishna is sitting there and witnessing everything, and Krishna can satisfy her. Krishna is the ultimate source of enjoyment, right? And if I connect to Krishna, then I don't have to do all these things, dress up like a goddess, go stand outside, keep looking for men. Sometimes they don't treat her well. Why she has to get into all these things, right? Now, and then that kind of hits her, and then she eventually concludes, come to this conclusion that I think I will have a better life, and lasting peace and enjoyment by connecting with Krishna, and not endlessly waiting for material satisfaction, and something that never happens, right? Now there is a context to this story. In 11th canto, there is a mention. There's Dattatreya. There's a mention about Dattatreya, and he chose around, I think, 24 gurus. He took inspiration from 24 gurus, and Pingala was one of them. So this, like sometimes we, it says, Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavasti, right? So we should, education should make us humble, and we should be able to kind of take inspiration from everything around us. So here Pingala is teaching him that you don't have to look around for happiness. Happiness is there inside you, connecting and serving Krishna. That is what we are all trying to do. So among other gurus, Pingala is one of them. So yeah, and then eventually this is what is the relevance of this Pingala story in today's world, right? Even though a lot of people are looking for happiness, and we all are looking for some kind of satisfaction through relationships. Especially, I think the most satisfaction people get are through relationships, right? So they're looking for some kind of relationship, as a friendship or some kind of lover, looking for young women want to get married, young men want to get married, those who are already married want to stay happy in their marriage, those who are not happy in their marriage, or those who are broken up, either struggles, keep looking again, or they come to this understanding like Pingala, that not a good comparison, but still I'm saying that if I keep looking and keep trying to find happiness, I may not find, right? So pray to Krishna and then serve Krishna, and look for the right moment. The right person will come by. If that is supposed to be in my karma, and a right woman will get married to right man will get married to right woman. The marriages will last if we are not looking for uh, material, looking to satisfy only material desires. Prabhupada says marriages should keep Krishna in the center, right? Even in those who are in marriage or those who are otherwise, and those who are looking to get married also. If Krishna is number one priority, then everything will fall in place. So this picture again, right? In the modern world, people are out there trying to attract one another, and then some succeed, some don't. Those who don't succeed, they feel unworthy, and they start getting frustrated and think low of themselves. Those who succeed, they keep going. Sometimes they keep going. Sometimes they break up, and then again they start another one. So this is never ending, right? It will. It's not that people should not keep looking for happiness, but they need to look for happiness in the right direction, in the right consciousness, right? Not like not by disconnecting oneself from the reality, right? Like people say one has to be young and stupid to actually enjoy a lot of things. So to actually enjoy, to succeed, a lot of times materially succeed. I'm not talking about the material success through the right mindset, but the wrong mindset, right? So let us not be young, and we can be young and stupid. We can be old and stupid as well. So this kind of gives us an idea that we have to keep kind of, to me, I'm speaking to myself, we kind of keep double checking on what is going on in my mind, what am I looking for, am I connected to Krishna, and am I serving enough, things like that. So I just kind of summarized. I think probably I have already summarized, but still I have noted down a few points. Here, Pingala is like a guru, right? Pingala is teaching us, how we need to, even when we get frustrated, where we need to take the thoughts into, right? What we need to infer from that, right? Now, so some of these points from this story is that people have no idea about the real purpose of life, right? They most of the time they are the one who suffer more. I mean, people who are practicing Krishna conscious also go through material suffering, but they may not suffer as much as those who have no idea about it, right? Many stories we have, many experiences we have seen in our life, right? So Pingala is same thing with her too. She was she didn't have that idea. She didn't know that. Even though she had some understanding from here and there, but she never believed in it. She thought these men will satisfy her, and whatever her attractive look will make her happy. But it never happens, right? I mean, this is just an analogy, but this can be applied everywhere. All kinds of desire, not just for sexual desire. It could be for desire to make a lot of money, and build a complex. Definitely, if you can do that, if you are doing service, applying that to Krishna service, but some portion of it, otherwise not, right? Any kind of desire. And desire is the cause of all misery. So there's this sloka, right, from Bhagavad Gita, Dhyayano Vishayan Pumsa, Sangaste Shubhajayate, Sangat Sanjayate, Kama Kamat Krodho Bhajayate, right? So when we connect and contemplate more and more on sense objects, and think that can satisfy us, eventually lands us in misery. So I think we are all in better consciousness, and yeah, and being consciously attached to Krishna and detached from sense objects is the way to freedom, peace, and everlasting happiness. You know, yeah. So without peace, there is no happiness, right? So we know the answer, and hope I try to kind of to kind of take you back to the understanding that you already have. I hope that will give each one of us in a better idea what to choose, when keep endlessly going towards material things or stay connected to Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, wonderful presentation. It was a complex topic, and you explain it in a very dignified way. You maintained the dignity of women throughout. Really impressive. I would admit that I was not able to pay a lot of attention, but I will really go back and hear to it again and again. There are many lessons that we can take from this. So thank you very much. With that, we are open for questions and discussions. Floor is open now.
Hare Krishna, Satheesh Prabhu. This is just a comment. Yes, beautifully narrated with a lot of reflections and real life examples. I think you made it very, very relevant, and I agree it's relevant to every one of us in so many ways. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Raji.
Hare Krishna, Satheesh Prabhu. Very nice presentation. I actually was thinking about it when you gave example of Lord Dattatreya. Yes, that Lord Dattatreya has 24 gurus, and one of them is Pingala also, who's a prostitute. And even he has to learn, he's a Lord, but he still has to learn from her also. That was very much inspiring, and I feel that whenever we have any negative situation in life, right, we can definitely channel it through in the right way, or taking up Krishna consciousness, like as Pingala, she also had that situation, but she channeled it to in the right way. So definitely we have all resources, guidance. So definitely we can do that. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Raji. Thank you for the good words.
Hello, I think some people got caught up in a sudden work meeting, but if anyone else has any questions or comments, please unmute and, jump in. Otherwise, we can end today's call.
Yeah, I see something in the chat.
Yeah, a question by Ramchandra Prabhu. Can anyone answer it?
I think Satheesh Prabhu should answer it because I'm sorry, I was not paying attention. So I know the Python was there for the first question. Second question, Pingla was which city, Prabhu? By the way, nice class. it's getting, my turn is on Monday. So I was listening to the class. It's getting tougher and tougher, but I'll try, because I know everybody's devotee. So everybody will forgive me, whatever happens. I'm listening, all credit goes to Ramchandra Prabhu. He's doing so wonderful job because, all the speakers are, we should, you should give the Sunday class, Prabhu, because, that's how people will encourage. But really, nice class. So I think Ramchandra Prabhu or somebody should answer the second question because I was not paying attention. Which city was? I think it was Ujjain, right?
It was C, right?
Videha, yeah.
Mm.
Videha. There's another question. Prabhu, thank you. I mean, you'll do just fine, Prabhu, because I was kind of thinking the same. Didn't have enough time, kind of referring different materials. You'll do just fine.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. Haribol.
You'll do better than me, for sure.
Prabhu, that's not possible, but I guess I'll try, But and that's what we learn, right? That we don't want to do better than anybody else. That that's a trap, I think, right? If I have that bow, that means it's Maya, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can say that, but of course, you being a Vaishnava, you will never accept that. But yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu. Ramchandra Prabhu is a very interesting question. So let's see what was the on finding my.
On finding no customers on a particular night, prostitute Pingala began to feel detachment from her situation, happiness in her mind, disgusted with her material situation.
I think it's all of the above. D.
Yeah, I think so. Because she had transcendental happiness that she disconnected from all these, and she, started feeling that, detached. I think that brought her real happiness. I think it's all of it.
Yes. Okay. Haribol Prabhu. Hare Krishna. All glories to all Vaishnavas. All glories to Prabhupada.
It was a wonderful class again, Prabhuji. I knew you were worried, but you did a really good job. So we really learned a lot from today's talk.
I did. Yeah.
Without further ado, we can close for today. Quick heads up for tomorrow's session, also another morning session at 8 o'clock in the morning. We will be hearing from Her Grace Shilpi Mataji on the pastime of how Urvashi enchanted King Pururava. So I hope to see everyone there in the morning. And without then we'll end for today. Yeah. Very well, everyone. See you tomorrow.
Krishna, thank you.
Beautiful class. Very well.
Thank you, Krishna.
Prabhu.